proudly present the season-long race to the CME Globe. From Bel Air, Florida, it's live final round coverage of the ANNIKA, driven by Gainbridge, at Pelican. It's the final lap on the race to the CME Globe. Players competing for places next week at the Tour Championship, next year on tour, and for a place on a trophy that bears the name of one of the game's all-time greats. Doing it here at Pelican Golf Club, celebrating its 100th anniversary of Donald Ross design, refurbished by Bo Welling a few years ago, and it is an absolute beauty. Today's coverage is brought to you by Gainbridge. Let your money do the work. Visit Gainbridge.com. And by Volunteers of America, dedicated to building healthy communities through health, housing, and human services. Give at VOA.org. And Morgan Pressel watching some of the action from earlier. Lynn Grant began the day with a one-shot lead, and she is adding to it. Morgan, this for birdie at 5.
It's a really good, confident stroke here for birdie.
Super Swede trying to win ANNIKA's event. Then her third at the par 5 7th.
Her ball striking has been superb all week. Not able to get on the 7th and 2, but doesn't need it with wedge play like that.
3 birdies so far. This is for a 4th flag today on the front of the 11th green. Yes. That gets Brooke to 3 under for the day, 9 under overall, just outside of the top 10. Back to Natalia Guseva for a birdie at the 7th.
That was always going to be a slow putt, Tom, back up the hill.
At the moment, somewhat of a match play battle between Grant and Kupcho. You've got Gabby Lopez, Natalia Guseva, Haydan Yu, Lucy Lee trying to get into this battle, but at the moment those two have separated themselves. And Kupcho trying to keep pace with Lynn Grant.
And both have very similar styles of games, Tom, as well. So it'll make for an interesting battle as the day goes on.
She's looking really solid with that club this week. Another beautiful putt right there.
And now Lynn Grant.
She would have had a good look at the line from Kupcho's putt.
Yeah, good tempo, that putting stroke. She gets back into the lead. Matthews right now projected outside of the number, but that gets her to 60th, projected 60th. That's back-to-back birdies, 8 and 9. So she's right on the number as it stands, and 9 holes to play. This to get it to 11 under, not out of the realms of possibility that she could challenge for a 4th title here, but she would really have to create some magic on this back 9 and hope for some help from the players at the top. Just really didn't get it together yesterday. Had a nice finish, but needed around in the mid-60s to get it into that correct portion of the green, which is the case in a lot of these holes.
Par putt for Brooke Henderson. Third.
Just being above the hole here, have to still be delicate with this one. She's gotten a decent read from Lucy's putt.
It's not a long golf course, but the greens are challenging, and finding the right part of the green is so important.
Yeah, because of that slope towards the back.
Doesn't seem to like that one. It's only the 6th green she's missed all week.
This is the rookie Ina Yoon, who started the week 63rd in the race to the CME Globe, as you can see. And this is for birdie. This is a long-range birdie down the hill. Gets her to 5 under for the day and projects her to 60.
Because a couple of steps the other side of the hole, everything falls off the green to where Lynn Grant is.
Spent a lot of time this morning working on putts like this from off the green.
Won't judge for speed there.
And it's a putter for Lynn.
It is, and she actually is quite a fan of this shot, putting from off the green. I saw her do it at Erin Hills quite a bit. But because it's the downhill that's involved in this one. That was amazingly straight, Morgan.
Yeah, we saw Gabby Lopez in the little while ago play it to break left, but it was fairly dead straight from that position. I think she...
Gabby Lopez has managed to get the ball right of the hole here, which is dangerous off the tee. You can see how close that water is. Not able to convert, so that's going to be a 3. She's going to go out in 1 under. Still inside the top 5 at the moment is Gabby.
Packed, you know, these other bubbles in some cases. It's not just those players, but those with whom they're tied. Now Grant for par.
And you have to think this one does have a little left movement to it. Oh, that was so well read.
Very important putt for her right there. Keep that lead. Knows Jennifer's in close with the fairly routine par putt. And just, she looks really solid so far today. They both do.
From this position on the green, it doesn't really do much. So if you see anything in this putt, you cannot get it outside the hole. You have to keep it inside.
I'm very impressed with her putting, especially from this range all week. Just looks very confident over the ball.
Now Saigo won the first major of the year in that 5-way playoff. And that one was a bit of a surprise to her and us.
So this isn't going to be a big one for her. This is just a controlled shot.
There's no need to get too greedy here, Karen.
No, not one bit.
There's that little knob in the green, which is kind of past the flag today. You have to be on the correct side of that.
And this is safe.
It looked like she was trying to hold that left arm high through the shot to fade the ball, but wasn't quite.
It's a 9-iron.
And it's so interesting, Karen. They moved the tee up, way up, only playing 130. Of course, the flag in the front as well, and it's playing the hardest it's played all week.
Now, this one's working towards the right.
Staring it down, just right of that hole. Great chance for a birdie. It would take her out in 4 under par.
She took on that
That's a
whole
great
location.
reaction.
Yeah.
We've all been there. That was not what I was trying to do, but I will take it.
Nelly for birdie at 10. Hoping this would be the kind of good vibes that would lift her to her first victory this season. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Really good season for Nelly, but after 7 wins.
In our interview, Morgan, that it's not a golf course that you really feel comfortable on.
I mean, look at this putt. Looks like you could putt it into the water if you're a little bit too heavy-handed. Jennifer not really thinking about that, but some members might think about that when they're sitting here over this putt.
I've seen it happen on the 18th, players putting it into the water. I mean, it can happen on a number of these holes out here, and just the slope there. It happened to a number of players, because you think that shot is perfect, and then they walk up there and the ball's over the back of the green.
It's kind of giving me flashbacks to the 10th hole earlier this week.
Yeah, with that downslope. Grant now for birdie at 9.
She couldn't have left it in a better spot, Tom.
Yeah, she was rolling her eyes a little bit with the tee shot going right at the hole, but of course that gives you an uphill birdie putt, and Lynn Grant gets to 18 under par for the ANNIKA, driven by Gainbridge of Pelican, and looking potentially for a record score under par come the end of the week. 19 under is the record, Lilia Vu, a couple of years ago. This could be a big swing at the top of the leaderboard, Karen.
It really could, and I think Kupcho knew that when she got up onto the green and had a quick look at the putt that she had. She was working really hard on it, and her speed has been very good, as has her second putts today as well. However, this one's still not easy. She still has to deal with that downslope, and especially now Lynn has made hers. It kind of puts a little bit more pressure on Jennifer.
What we've talked about a little bit this week is you really have to step up on a lot of these shots and just hit a good shot.
Well, the difference. Speaking of 12, Charlie Hall at the par 3.
Charlie's making a bit of a move today. 4 birdies on her card. Clean card so far.
Clean card and nearly a clean car.
Talked about how much she loved.
To the 12th just a moment ago. Brooke Matthews trying to earn a spot next week at the CME Group Tour Championship at the par 3. Watch this one. Oh, she can drive down to Tiburon. She wins the Lamborghini. Go cruising, Brooke. Yeah, a dream week for Brooke Matthews.
What a think about the crazy day she had yesterday.
Insane.
And then this on top of it. Oh my goodness.
Charlie nearly made ace, and Brooke does. She's tied for 3rd. She can't believe it. We can't believe it.
It might take a while for that one to sink in right there.
How great is that? Now Jennifer Kupcho begins the back 9, 3 down.
Well, there was a huge roar. You could hear that over here on the 10th tee, and you know, still ripples of that roar now. And Jennifer had to back off, but she's not happy with this tee shot.
Yeah, that could have some tree trouble over there. You could kind of see her body language change a little bit right there. Needs to flip that switch. Still right in it.
Up ahead, Lucy Lee for birdie. Every one of these so important. Lucy breaks out of that big tie. And she, like Brooke Matthews, has a chance to play next week. This keeps up. What a moment. She was a rookie in 2022, lost her card, played the Epps in the last couple of years, earned her way back, and knew what was at stake when she got here this week. And look at the emotion.
Has an overwhelming feeling. First of all, the hole-in-one, CME, the car, the fans. There's a tremendous crowd here around this 12th hole.
She has played so much high-leverage golf in the last month and a half. She contended at the Lotte Championship. She was in contention on the Asian swing at the BMW Ladies Championship going into the weekend. And then now with so much to play for, including that Lamborghini. Incredible. She birdied every par 3 yesterday. Gets a hug from Charlie. They might all go. Charlie and Brooke might all go down there together. Tiburon. For a player who had lost her card to now not only know she has her card, but a chance to play for the first time at the CME Group Tour Championship. And to do it like that.
On the 11th green, this is Nelly Corder to get to 11 under par, match Brooke Matthews' score after that hole-in-one. Oh, just drifts right across the hole. Only needed a little bit more speed. Frustrating weekend for Nelly. I know she really wants to be in the hunt here. Had a long break during the...
Only 130 for Lynn. Off of the little upslope, she can be really aggressive.
Just that upslope, have to worry about controlling the spin. Didn't look like she swung too hard at that one. Use it below the hole.
She's missed 6 greens in regulation all week. Charlie Hall at the par 3.
Charlie's making a bit of a move today. 4 birdies on her card. Clean card so far.
Clean card.
Still has a chance.
Yeah. 13.
This is Austin Kim for a birdie. Good week for Austin. Might get even better here. Yeah, so that gets her to 12 under par. She is...
Can't get too frustrated at the moment. You still got to keep playing because you never know what can happen over the last few holes. And I don't think these greens are greens that you can force things to happen on. You've just got to kind of wait for it to come to you. This putt is uphill.
Ho-hum par in the end.
It could be, but this putt is not easy. It's uphill, you've got some movement to the right in it.
The momentum off of it. This is not easy. You see she's in the shadow.
Wow.
That was exceptional. I think it's hard to leave that short. Hard to get that on the green and leave it short.
That shot, that'll be for par. And now Lynn Grant taking care here for par.
There is just enough to make you think and go through your whole routine properly. She's really trying to focus on visualizing the line there. You can see she's
almost like she doesn't like it, Karen. Taken her a long time to kind of find that right line.
Well, it is interesting because Kupcho's ball broke quite a bit left, and it wasn't on a dissimilar line to this. Oh, that was easy enough.
Wow.
Just very slightly to the left.
Mal Saigo made a run today after an early double, 4 straight birdies. This would be for her 7th of the day. Mal Saigo, winner of the first major championship of the season, the Chevron. Look at that comeback.
Just the tiniest of bit of breeze into these players.
I have to say, Natalia's ball might be blocking the hole for Lynn right here. She were to take dead aim.
That's really nicely done. You've got to be in that correct portion of the green. So Gusev is going to make birdie, and Lynn Grant has the chance for a birdie here at 11. We have 5th of the day. Just off the green at the 11th. This is Jennifer Kupcho.
Initially, this one's uphill, but then it's back downhill as the ball approaches the hole.
before for Kupcho. Had 3 weeks off competition coming in. Grant just has that comfortable distance right now away from Kupcho, and obviously those players at 12 under and a chance to make it even more comfortable here, Karen.
It really is, and again, she's put herself in a position where she's putting back uphill. And if this does anything, it wants to move to the left, which I believe is probably the most comfortable direction for every right-handed golfer out here. Have the ball move slightly left, uphill. Great spot. And it was a confident stroke.
Yeah, she didn't have a lot of confidence in her putting on Thursday. I followed her on the golf course on Thursday, and she just wasn't making anything on the back nine and was so frustrated.
Top 10. Back to 11.
So important for Kupcho to take care of business. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a guaranteed par, but it's actually a little bit of distance there.
It is. It's about 2.5 feet, Tom, of excitement coming up.
Well, while we have a moment, let's head up to the booth with
your share. There you go. Okay. It's, as we know, Karen, we see this just week in, week out, big events, small. They're all big, and you never quite know until it is over. But at the moment, it looks good for Lynn.
It does, and she's doing everything right. It doesn't really look shaky. She doesn't look nervous. She looks pretty cool, calm and collected. She's a proven winner, and she's really ticking all the boxes today when it comes to what you expect from somebody who's going to walk off as a champion at the end of the day. The only fly in the ointment is Kupcho, who is also a proven winner this year, who really could throw a few birdies together as well, coming down the stretch and apply that pressure, because that's really what can cause things to go sideways sometimes for a player. But this is right in Lynn's wheelhouse at 143 yards.
Oh,
interesting to see her miscue somebody who's missed
for Kupcho, but right now it just feels very still.
not an easy spot for a second shot for Grant, so maybe an opening for Kupcho.
Trying to work a draw towards that flag.
She's had some interesting golf swings. That needs to hold up. Danger wrong there, but that was solid.
This is Malsago for birdie at the 15th. Get to 12 under par. Big battle at the moment for third place. And that one's pretty quick on that green when you're...
At the 12th, this is Lynn Grant with the putter.
I saw how quick this was from Nelly. What a putt there from Lynn.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not far from very much at that start of that false front that's at the front of this green. And
just, I'm not seeing Jennifer putting the pressure that she needs to right now on Lynn, who has, we know, had exceptional iron play all week.
Well, and that's exactly what's missing is the hitting the shots in really close, which is forcing Jennifer to have these longer putts, and now she's got a really tough putt coming back up downhill.
Yeah. Incredible. And here is Kuseva. So all three in the final group walk away from the 12th with par.
Got to hand it to Lucy with the way she has played this week. Came in at 71st and 11 spots outside of the Tour Championship, and she is projected right now to move inside the top.
This one is downhill, really a tricky putt. What makes these so tricky is that you have to be so delicate with them. Just get the ball started on your chosen line. And a lot of times a player that has this kind of length putt would rather hit this more firmly, take some of the break out, but you absolutely cannot do that on these greens.
She's been really solid from this length, even made a nice one here yesterday.
Really good, really good.
So she narrowly...
She can really attack this flag. She's a couple of yards. If she was a couple of yards more to the right, she would have had a tree to negotiate. But as it is, she's got an open look at the flag, and she's left that one hanging out to the right as well. Just these last few shots have been a little bit lacking with the ball striking.
Yeah, I feel like really since that pull off the tee on the 9th hole, she hasn't been quite as sharp with her ball striking, and in a moment where she really needs to start making some birdies, her ball striking is letting her down.
Lynn Grant, middle of the fairway. It's been a story we've seen pretty much all week.
It is, and only 134 as well. I mean, really, this golf course is wonderful for her.
3 wins here.
Speaking of, here is Nellie's 3rd at the 14th.
Leave the tee up today. Good place to pitch from there.
And again, it's one of those putts that's going to challenge her for pace. Does go downhill as the ball approaches the hole.
Just not enough. Just too far away to be challenging for birdie, kind of playing defensively because of those. The 13th and the goose for birdie.
And I really didn't see that putt moving to the right that much. I think she hit the putt she wanted to, Tom.
Yeah, it's going to be a par. She's going to remain level for the day, which is just not going to get it done when you look at those scores on the first page of the leaderboard. 5 under, 6 under. Some good numbers out there.
All right, here is Nellie after that pitch. This is for birdie.
To your point, Tom, golf course playing the easiest it has played all week today. It's a question mark coming into today. How would the LPGA set up the course? It was definitely set up for a little bit easier today as well.
Now Lynn Grant to get it to 19 under par.
Well, I think she's got a good idea on the line from watching Goose of her, and she too was fooled by it. It almost looks like it's breaking uphill. That's such a tough read.
Wing here, if Kupcho could make another eagle here, maybe. 15.
Here's Brooke Matthews for a 2. Down the hill.
13 again at a big putt.
Yeah, Kupcho just leaving herself an awkward length.
It is, not only awkward, but downhill.
Okay. But she can't be making pars. She's got to make some birdies coming in. Next hole is going to be important for her. It's already been important in the Aon Risk Reward
Yes, it
Challenge.
has. We'll tell you about that here in just a sec.
And now Lynn, just a little bit of clean-up work to do. Her father, John, is here this week. He went to the University of West Florida, but that's up in the Panhandle, isn't it? A few hours from here. Good golf in his own right.
Granddad, of course, a champion golfer in Scotland.
Yeah.
Annika, you had retired by the time that she played at Pinehurst in 2014, but do you remember those scenes of Lucy at just, what, 11 years old?
I do. What I remember is the ice cream that she was enjoying in her press conference was very refreshing. She's quite the character, I would say. Nice to see her play well.
She knew what she needed to do this week. Came in 71st on the points list. She is in position to make it down. Third shot for the leader, Lynn Grant, at the par 5, 14th.
Doesn't have an awful lot of green to use, on a bit of an upslope, but pitching into a slope as well. Jennifer Kupcho has also chipped on. She was on the left side of the green, but did not hit a particularly good chip and has left herself another really long putt.
She seems to have just gotten a little bit tight here.
Well, here on this hole where Jennifer Kupcho wrapped up the $1 million Aon Risk Reward Challenge this week with a birdie and an eagle to leapfrog the three ahead of her. She has got maybe an equally important putt here if she's going to win the tournament.
She does. And she said in her interviews how much of a focus the Aon Risk Reward Challenge was, and she feels like that almost took her mind off the fact that she hadn't had as great a practice 3 weeks as she would have liked to have had leading into this event. And I think that, you know, when you're going around the golf course, you kind of know how things are going, and with this wind direction, you know that this hole is not playing quite as gettable as you might have done. So I wonder if she just relaxed just a little bit, and this is why we're seeing some more looser shots, because she knows she's got that $1 million.
It's actually kind of timeline-wise lines up.
House money.
To when Lim Kim had gone through that 14th hole.
Especially if you missed the cut like Crowder.
Yeah, and 18 is such a tough hole. Here is Kupcho for par. Grant still with a birdie putt.
Yeah, and that just shows you what a good shot that Lynn Grant played in there, that she was able to pitch it up close. And
Kupcho's 2 under today, began 1 back, but now in danger of falling 4 back with 4 to go. 100 keep their card. Let's go to 15.
And Lucy Lee for the birdie down the hill. Is that going to turn in at the end? Oh.
Last year in Virginia, Kupcho got the better of Grant that day, but Lynn in control here.
she is, and it definitely does have a, or has had that sort of head-to-head feeling to it.
Well, she'd be dormy if this were match play, but it's not. She's 4 up with 4 to go.
Roll.
All right, this is Brooke Matthews' par attempt at the 16th. This is where she made double yesterday.
Lucy got sick in Malaysia just a few weeks ago during the Asian swing. Said she felt like she was playing some really good golf before that, but that kind of set her back a little bit. Nice to see her playing well again here. A way to potentially put an exclamation point on the season.
Too. It's a whole location that is just hiding on the left side behind a greenside bunker.
Tracy Lyon was saying very safe, Karen. Way too safe.
Well, and it's going to leave her a really challenging putt.
Yeah.
Not be. There's really no bailout that's nice. Everything's difficult if you're not challenging this golf course. This one also started right, trying to draw. There's a slope that might kick it left a little.
Yeah, careful.
Watch out.
Yeah, that's what we've seen. You just pitch it on the downslope and it'll run through. So that's going to be tricky for Lynn. Run away to 15 and Kupcho.
This also a 7-iron. This one a much higher ball flight though than the other two.
Yeah, flew it fast. This is Lynn Grant, long of the green. The ball rejected off the putting surface. Let's see what she's going to come up with here, Karen.
Well, the choice has normally been a putter, and she's reached for the putter here as well. And this is a little different to the other versions of the putt from off the green that I've seen. This is a really steep upslope that she has to go up, and she's got a lot of green to roll this ball. Her pace has been tremendous when in this situation, but this is further off the green with more of a slope than I've seen her have to play so far today. So this is going to be a real tester for her, judging the speed, because it's all uphill in longer length grass, and then the ball will hit the green and it'll go downhill on greens that read 12.5 on the stimp.
Another fantastic putt. When you are feeling nervous, it comes out in your long speed and your putting from length. And the putt she hit on 12.
A bit of pressure on Guseva trying to make sure that she's in the field next week. Tough putt here for birdie.
It is very slippery down the hill, Tom.
Oh, this is fabulous. Fabulous. So that guarantees that
she's very aware of what's going on around her, so she definitely feels like this one has to go in. And she's given it the full attention too. Has to move a little bit left.
She's had really good speed on these putts. She looks very confident, has read them very well. Essentially, she's not all that comfortable with the grain on Bermuda grass. But her putting stats would say otherwise.
Yeah, an important one. Just gives her that bit of hope. 3 shots, 3 holes to go. Good challenger could get even better with a big finish to the year. Grant now for par. This is an important one here.
It is, but what was key with the shot from off the green was she's now left it in a position where she's putting uphill.
Yeah, good 3. Really good up and down.
Those 2 par 3s, Tom. 12 and here at 15. Really solid par saves for a player who's hardly with the driver.
She's projected 58th currently. Probably could drop one more shot, but doesn't want to. Here's Austin Kim. Second year for Austin Kim, Morgan. Her very first event was just down the road in Bradenton last year. Joined us in the booth that week, finished in the top 5. She's been a very steady player. Just missed the CME Group Tour Championship last year, not this year.
I'm a big fan of Austin's. I'm a big fan of her game, her personality. She's a lot of fun. I think tends to put a little bit too much pressure on herself come the weekend. I know that's a big part of what she's been working on this season is with her mental coach, really trying to feel more comfortable when she is nervous. And what about it?
Lucy Lee frustrated over that birdie miss. This is the comebacker for par.
Feels like she definitely knows what is on the line with that reaction to missing that birdie putt right there. Not just that, some decent cash in this purse here this week as well.
Without question. All right, here is Charlie Hull. Good day today. She's 5 under to this point. How about 6? So Charlie now tied for 5th. Good day today. She's 5 under to this point. How about 6? So Charlie now tied for 5th. And here is Lynn.
Only 123 for Lynn. So just some kind of wedge. Whole location at that front today, but with the water pretty close on the left, you just feel like you should keep this a little bit to the right.
This is something that she and her coach Stephen Jepson have worked a lot on, their wedge game over the last couple of months. He said not just to improve the wedge game, but also seems to bleed nicely into improve.
But that upslope will help her get this to the green. I think she can get there. Also safely right to the hole.
Yeah, she's just been a little bit too safe on this back 9, Karen, and it's just not.
Austin Kim, maybe a participant next year. Here's Natalia Guseva at 16.
And from this part of the green, you can see that there was plenty of movement to the right, but in terms of speed, that was pretty impressive.
Corda hoping to win this for a 4th time in 5 years. It's not going to happen. This for a birdie. Yeah. Once again, playing well, not quite well enough to get her first win of the season. But 50
Shouldn't be an issue, although it is downhill. It's just getting the read right. Just not had the same sharpness that she had yesterday.
Snapping at it. A lot of that this week in the race to the CME Globe, but she's already exempt by virtue of her 2022 KPMG Women's PGA victory, but that could knock out a player. Point to knock Patlam at the moment. The veteran from top 100, having missed the cut. Lynn Grant to go back up by 4.
This was downhill.
I mean, we talk about Jennifer not being quite sharp enough on this back 9, but Lynn hasn't given her an inch. The way that she has played, I mean, even with a couple of missed.
Well, she saw how it rolled past the hole. It is uphill, which is good.
Okay, so keeps that glimmer alive.
See how long she stands over this one.
This is to stay inside the top 60.
I feel like there's so much going through her mind right now. I'd love to see her be a little more reactive.
Wow. 3-putt bogey. Again, these projections are what we're going on. Won't have all the numbers finalized until the entire tournament wraps up. With a brilliant pitch shot on a day that she will never forget. This for par. A Lamborghini for the next couple of years. And for Brooke Matthews, a spot next week at the CME Group Tour Championship.
I mean, how about this weekend from Brooke? A 64 and a 65. Could not have drawn that up any better. Plus a hole-in-one. That's the icing on the cake.
So as we said, that bogey for Lucy drops her out of the top 60. She's now projected 62. Had to finish at least 5th. You got Gabby ahead of her, still with golf to play. She was 64th coming in. Is getting ready for her 2nd at the 17th.
Found herself on a bit of a downhill lie. 102 is the yardage. Anything short and right of the hole will leave her an uphill putt.
That'll be a fairly straight putt from that position, putting nearly up the fall line.
Lie here. Really can see all of the green that she can use.
Nearly holed it here yesterday. She could have used that today.
Yeah, it's just kind of been that kind of a day for Jennifer on this back 9.
Great spot here, it looks like, for Lynn Grant. Karen?
It is. I mean, flat lie from 80 yards, but she does have that big bunker in front of the green to go over. Oh, but she's dialed in, isn't she?
Just absolute clinic of a performance.
And she'll get to watch Kupcho's putt first. Feels like a must-make for Jennifer Kupcho at 17.
Oh, especially if she's going to give the line to Lynn as well.
4.
Well, she was a very interested watcher of Kupcho's line, so she knows what this will do.
It's amazing. It's been an absolute joy to watch. Flawless on the weekend. Last bogey was on the first hole Friday. And now this close to her second win.
I mean, and this is a player who's missed 8 cuts this season. Just had I'd say a roller coaster round, but not a lot on the positive end, really. And then to play like this in this moment, she's talked a lot about not putting too much pressure on herself, be more accepting when things go wrong. Well, nothing has really gone wrong.
No.
Especially this weekend for Lynn Grant.
And this really has been the story of the season, hasn't it? In so many ways, the most different winners in a season in the history of the LPGA Tour. Only, incredibly, who'll have one more chance next week. Nelly for par at the 18th. She burned the edge yesterday for birdie. She'll drop a shot here. Another good week for Nelly. Not quite good enough to win. It's harder than ever.
Yeah, she's had such success around this golf course. Loves playing here, loves playing at home. Not quite as sharp with her iron play.
Meeting with the media. Haydon Yu has this for birdie at the 18th. This could impact Lucy Lee. And that 60 bubble. Okay. Lucy either needs to make birdie or needs Gabby Lopez to drop back a shot at the 18th. Haydon, 3 wins in each of her first 3 seasons on tour, 13th in the world. Just an absolute world-class player. Another good week for Haydon. 6th, even with a triple bogey yesterday. Waiting back in the fairway, Lucy Lee. Projected after that bogey, out of the top 60 down to 62nd. Now, she just graduated earlier this year with her master in psychological science, or her college degree in psychological sciences and data analytics. So I guarantee you she knows the numbers.
Yeah, she knows and knew what she probably had to do. Maybe not quite the nuanced math that we have sitting here from you sitting beside me here.
No. But I just think if you think of the psychological sciences, what's going through her head here. Henselite, silver medalist last year at the Olympics. Runner-up to Lydia Ko. Said it was almost as good, that second place finish, as a win. That's because you get that medal, an Olympic medal, and the German is going to have a tough finish here. The stage is about to belong to Lynn Grant, though, after breaking away from Jennifer Kupcho here on the back 9, really starting at the 9th.
That really was that 9th hole.
1 shot lead at the time. At the 17th, dropped her out of the top 60. This to put her back in.
Anyone has a chance if you got a tee time on Thursday to win that $4 million first prize. Take a deep breath here.
That's clutch. So clutch. Lucy Lee with a birdie at 18. She knew she needed it, and she got it. And she's projected with that birdie. 3 outstanding approach shots at 18 from the penultimate group. Grace Kim for birdie.
Just slightly to her right here. Not one you could be too aggressive with. Quick putt.
So a big one for Gabby. She knew it. Part of that Mexican wave following. Back at the 18th. Kuseva also trying to get in next week. He's had to lay up. That's the par for Grace. What a year for her. Now a major champion. Another good week.
Set at times still doesn't really believe it.
It is a 4-shot lead. And I'm not sure any lead is safe at this 18th at times. But Lynn Grant with a big tee shot. And how does this second look, Carol?
Well, the arch is 153. Ball is quite above her feet. So she does have that to deal with. And but when you look at this whole location, you know that there's a lot of room between the front of the green and that flag. So that gives you a little bit more confidence. And I think you can hang the hat on the fact that if you're Lynn, you've been striking the ball really well today. And that'll do.
An awkward angle from there. But just her iron play. And she's hit 5 more greens than anybody else in the field this week.
9th, as you mentioned, Morgan, and 2-shot swing there, and Grant has been in control ever since. Kupcho's played well, but too much Lynn today.
Well, Kupcho's got a little upslope here from 146, so able to send this one sky high.
Just barely not able to crest that hill. We saw what happened with Gabby's, how it nestled down there close to the hole, not to be there for Jennifer Kupcho, kind of the story of her back 9.
With a victory, it would be the 4th different Swede to win this season. Think about Maya Stark winning at U.S. Women's. Should be the first to win the ANNIKA. 3rd shot for Kuseva.
From 108.
Yeah. Just a... Oh, is it going to go? Oh, the goose at Pelican. Gives herself a trip to Tiburon. Ho-hum birdie.
That was awesome. Never left the center of the hole right there.
The shot making we've seen today, Morgan. Moves her to 13 under par.
You guys go and do your thing now.
We told you. She's been on the radar now for a while. First ever from Russia to make it onto the LPGA Tour. She's flirted with victory a couple of times. And what a finish. Yeah. You know, had things gone sideways with that 3rd shot, she could have been in danger of dropping out of the top 60. Instead, punctuates that trip to the Tour Championship.
Great reaction, too. How cool.
What a day of big moments. Projected 57th. It's going to be 3 players playing their way in. See Lee. Greatness in her, and all that's been missing have been some LPGA victories. She's about to get her 2nd now.
Well, you think that it's been, you know, not I've got that 2nd victory yet, but that all ends today. But Kupcho with this putt is going to be slippery. Downhill, braking quite hard to the right.
I think Jennifer can take a lot of positives away from this week as well.
This bogey came on her first hole Friday. She has been not just bogey-free, but just brilliant. This for birdie. Cozy it up there and let Jennifer maybe finish up.
This is when you can start to exhale.
Congratulations to him for helping make our jobs look so much easier. Kupcho with this left. She's got this par putt to finish alone in 2nd place.
inside right here would have seen this as it went by the hole.
And it will be a solo second for Jennifer Kupcho. Got a walk-off victory at the ShopRite LPGA Classic this summer. She'll be front and center next week, $1 million richer, leaving with a lovely parting gift from Pelican. And now this left for Lynn for par and win number 2. She had it to spare.
Maybe the only tentative putt.
One of Annika's heirs takes her trophy at Pelican. Lynn Grant wins for the second time on the LPGA Tour.
Was the most nervous she looked all week was on that final putt there, or all day, I should say. That final putt on 18. Second to last putt.
An up and down season for Lynn Grant ends with a big up.
So thank you everybody for coming, all the fans. We hope to see you next year. And bring your friends because we got lots of room and lots of food and lots of drinks. So thank you. Come.
Well, it's time for you, Annika, to hand over this trophy. So I'm going to have you move forward with our champion, and we'll get her hands on this beautiful trophy. Well done, Lynn. Lynn, you can pick it up a little bit later, but we've got something else to give you now. I'm going to bring the Doyle family forward to make the check presentation. 400.
Right here, guys. Got it? Right here, Dan. Good. Thank you.
In the eyes.
Isn't it? Yeah. So a lot of winners this week. And on this day, Lynn the trophy, Kupcho the $1 million, Lucy Lee, Guseva Matthews with tickets to next week. Down we go.